Hey everyone, that always freaks me out. We got the tenth of a second going, so it makes you feel more hurried than you are. 10 seconds is going by seconds, and you got the tenth of a second. I'm like, huh? I'm going through the YouTube app now. I used to try to load it from my pictures and videos and try to load it onto the YouTube, but having trouble navigating that. Hey, it is Tuesday. We had Monday off here, guarding the good people here, watching over them, making sure they at least get out of the parking lot safely. We work at a state facility, and just say sometimes the people here can be quite unruly if they don't get their way, like a bunch of children, for crying out loud. Oh, yeah. So, just talking on different subjects. Boy, Saturday night, got a little bit too drunk. We're gonna take it easy on that next Saturday. But the big thing with sports fans, I am from Los Angeles, California. I have been a sports fan of Los Angeles teams for many years, probably for 43 years. I started watching in 1976. Really quickly, the Saints fans, I didn't never like the Saints for a long time, and everybody said, yeah, they're gonna beat the Rams. It don't matter what happened in Week 9. They beat us, sure, okay. This is what happened. Now, as for the call, which everybody's going to complain about, no matter, everybody hates Los Angeles, and for whatever reason, Hollywood, we're Hollywood. That's their problem. I have been on the other side of those calls for my teams, whether they're football, baseball, hockey, or basketball. And it bites. It really does, guys. It bites, it hurts, but there ain't nothing you can do but deal with it and play the game. Forget it and play the game and try to win. What happened there was unfortunate. It was a blown call. I ain't saying it wasn't. Should have called it. I thought they were gonna. I'm like, when they didn't, I'm like, wow, okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. So with that said, boy, guys, everybody hates Los Angeles so bad they're just saying, oh, they shouldn't be there. Well, you know what? Whatever. The Rams won that game. The Rams won. What happened was that was no call. Okay, they're upset. I understand that. The game continues. If the Saints are all that, and they're at home, blah blah blah, they couldn't stop the Rams from going down and tying the game up, sending it into overtime. And what about the call before that? And nobody mentions that. Jared Goff got his face mask pulled. That would have gave us first and goal with 4 chances to score. No, because it's the Saints. And what happened is, again, after that, we tied it up. It goes to overtime. The Saints get the ball. This vaunted offense with Kamara, whatever names you want to throw around you've seen on the internet, try to make yourself look knowledgeable. They didn't do it. Our defense came up, hit Drew Brees' arm. The ball flails in the air, right to John Johnson. The other guy, whoever that guy was, what the heck was his name? I don't care. We held him down. He got 211 in Week 9 on us. 211 yards, didn't get none this time, barely. He was standing there complaining about a pass interference call. He's looking around to the refs, give me pass interference, while the ball went right to Johnson. And it's plain to see. I don't care what anybody says, that's what happened. Had he been playing, he could have turned around and caught the ball. So they're still caught up in that last play. And bingo, well, we got the ball. What do? We get into field goal range, and Zuerlein shuts them down. Yeah, how do you like that? All they could do was boo after that. I took great pleasure in that. Heck yeah. Sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. This is a fact of life. You can moan and complain and call names all you want and say somebody doesn't deserve this, but, you can't change those facts. The Rams went down and scored, tied the game up, sent it in overtime, play some defense, knocked that ball in the air, intercepted the ball, got into field goal range, and knocked it through, and now we're going to the Super Bowl. Okay, I don't care what you say, to say that just because the Saints couldn't stop the Rams. Now let's go back to the interference call. That's why we lost the game. We woulda, coulda, shoulda won it from there. Maybe. It's no guarantee they would have scored. It's no guarantee they were going to have anything. They could have fumbled, had an interception. So it's just a lot of crying. It's happened to me. I've been on that side too. It bites, guys. It really does. Rams, Saints. Hey, it is really tough luck. Now they're going to cry and they're going to change it and stuff like that because the Saints lost the game. I don't care what y'all say out there. Look at it. Watch. You can't discount what happened. That's what happened. The Rams went down. The Saints could have stopped them. That's not what happened. The Rams tied it up and should have scored a touchdown, really. But they tie it up. Send it to overtime. The Saints can go down and win it on this, with this great, Hall of Famer Drew Brees, all-world Saints team. And they could have driven down there, and they could have won the game with the first touchdown if they're all that. They didn't do it. The Rams defense came up big, took the ball while the Saints receiver was whining and crying about give me a call. Not playing the game, not playing the ball, and it came right to Johnson. John Johnson III. Our ball, we move into range and knock it through, and we won the game. Those are the facts. They're right there. Replay it. You can't just stop it right at pass interference. They still had a chance, and they blew it. The Rams took it from them. So, hey, it is tough luck, guys. And it is tough luck, guys. I do understand how it feels. Watching for 43 years, I've seen many blown calls that weren't, that went against us. And it's just the way it is. You just got to live with it. You just got to bite the bullet and come back and try harder. Crying about it and stuff is not going to change it. And somebody says, oh, they could replay the game and stuff. Are you really going to replay the game, guys? I don't care if the commissioner does have the power to replay it. You can't, man. In all realization of the facts that you can't. The Saints had a chance to still win the game. They kicked the field goal. They're ahead. They could have stopped the Rams. They could have shut us down and took home the trophy. They couldn't do it. We tied it up. I'm gonna say it again. And in overtime, y'all saw what happened. Got to Brees, made him flutter the ball. Again, their receiver was whining, crying, wanting a call from the refs. Well, the ball just drifted right by him into the Rams defender's hands. It was great. Okay, so that just goes to show you, in life, too, stuff happens to us, guys. There's nothing we can do. We can't go, God, why me, and stuff like, ain't nothing going to change it. People die, you get in a car crash, you lose your money, you keep on, you go on. And it belittles everything, sports fans, people acting like big babies because they lost the game. And that's what it comes down to. I'm going to title that, Saints Lost the Game. Here comes one of the Saints fans, and she's upset too, but that doesn't make no difference. Saints lost the game. They had 2 chances to take them down. They didn't do it. Okay? I don't care. The no call's a no call. It's over with. It's done. They're playing the game again. And they could have stopped the Rams. That vaunted defense could have stopped Hollywood, They could have put us down. They're at home. That loud crowd in the dome could have shut us down. And, and it didn't happen. So now, because the Saints lost the game, you're going to go back to that one point and say, oh, we should have won the game. You're going to discount what happened later? You're not going to man up and woman up and fan up, more importantly, and say, we lost. We could have stopped them. We didn't. They tied the game, sent it into overtime, took the ball from us, from the vaunted Drew Brees, from the vaunted whoever was supposed to catch that ball, who blew us away for 211 yards in week 9. He's standing around whining for a flag. Guys, those are facts. That's what happened after the no call. Yeah, it should have been called. It wasn't called. It was pass interference. We got away with one. Okay, you play the game. You keep playing the game. You can't go back and say the Rams don't deserve to be there because they won it. They took it. Defense took it. And you can't just say, oh, well, we'll discount all that. The game should have ended when that interference call. It was no interference call. I commend the refs for having the balls to stand by it, especially there, because they didn't call no face mask when they grabbed Goff's helmet face mask. So guys, suck it up and go on. Bad stuff happens. It's just a football game. I'd be upset too if it happened to me. But I would accept that. Hey, we still had a chance. And the LA Dodgers just lost the World Series. You know why they lost? Because Boston was better. They overwhelmed us. We couldn't keep up with them. I'm not going to say, well, they sucked. They cheated us 4 games. You can't, because you got beat. The Saints got beat after the fact. The Rams took the ball from them, went down, and got over, and our kicker's amazing. These are the facts, guys. So we're going to end it here. Y'all want to comment and get racist and stuff like that. Y'all got no argument. You got an argument presented. But, there was no call. There was no call. They didn't call it. The Saints still had 2 chances to win the game. They couldn't pull it out. Them's the facts, people. Remember it. Tough luck. Suck it up. It's a great big poop sandwich, and you got to take a bite, just like everybody does in life at some point. All right, man. I guess I'll just title this Saints Lost the Game. Pure and simple. All right, guys. I'm getting tired of all this going back, say the Rams don't deserve to be there. Our defense got through to Breeze, hit him on the arm. That's what you call a wounded duck. And while the Saints receiver was moaning and groaning for an interference call, it went right by him. He's standing there looking the other way while the ball floats down into Johnson's arms. Amazing. What does that tell you about these guys? What does that tell you? Do they have any grit? Do they have any heart? If they had heart and grit, he should have been looking for the ball, not, looking up, doing something. He stood there complaining while it went down there. Saints fans don't say nothing about that. Oh, this team tries hard. Tries hard? Well, he could have tried hard then. He should have kept playing. Like I said, I've been on the other side. It sucks. I know it hurts. We're going to Super Bowl. We won that game, and it's over. Later, guys.